What if I told you the reality you perceive is not the reality that is, and that what you're seeing is a carefully crafted illusion? Chosen ones, this message is for those whose hearts beat to a different drum. If you find yourself strangely at odds with this world, then the truth I am about to share will change everything. Because I will show you how this reality is a designed simulation breaking down and what awaits you when you awaken. The corruption, the moral decay, and the spiritual void you feel are not random occurrences, but calculated pieces of the simulation. I deliver this message not as a scholar, but as a beacon, sharing what has been revealed. The simulation is a complex web of deception woven by unseen architects to control the masses by controlling thoughts, emotions, and actions. Consider the political climate, where division is sown to distract you from uniting against the true puppeteers. The cracks are widening, the narratives are failing, and the controllers are losing their grip. Their greatest fear is exposure. The breakdown of the simulation is not a catastrophe, it's a cosmic reset. It is the Great Awakening, a chance to step into a higher reality. Before we shatter the mirror that distorts your vision, take a moment to prepare your mind to perceive what I am about to reveal. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and declare in the comments, I see. Only those truly ready to face reality will take this leap of faith. This simple affirmation will align your spirit with truth and activate your path. Now, with eyes wide open and our hearts resolute, what is the architecture of the simulation, and how do we architect our escape? This is a voyage from delusion to truth, from servitude to sovereignty, and from chaos to creation. Chosen ones, have you noticed the world around you seems to be glitching? You are not alone, you are experiencing what many chosen ones before you have experienced, the cracks in your reality. You might be surprised, but this feeling of unease isn't random. It's evidence that the veil is lifting. It's a sign you're attuned to a deeper frequency, a reality beyond the surface. What are these glitches? What do they mean? Perhaps you've been experiencing heightened synchronicities, seeing repeating numbers everywhere you look, encountering the right person at the precise moment you needed them, or receiving unexpected opportunities that align perfectly with your goals. Or maybe it's technological malfunctions, devices failing inexplicably, systems crashing at crucial moments, and an overall sense that technology is becoming increasingly unreliable. And perhaps you've also noticed an increase in targeted spiritual attacks, feeling overwhelmed by negative thoughts, experiencing inexplicable setbacks, or sensing a dark presence attempting to derail your progress. These events, which once seemed random, now form a pattern. The simulation is breaking down. This discomfort isn't a sign that you're losing your mind. It indicates that you are sensitive to the shift, spiritually perceptive enough to pick up on the unraveling of the illusion. The world presents one face, but you are able to see behind it, and what you are seeing is unsettling. Take heart, chosen one, for what I am about to reveal to you will illuminate these experiences and empower you to navigate the path ahead. This is a sign of spiritual awakening. These glitches are not random occurrences, but rather signs that the simulation is destabilizing, showing the cracks in the system. The more awake you become, the more sensitive you are to the manipulations. These glitches are like error messages popping up in a computer program, revealing the underlying code and exposing the limitations of the system. Can you feel it? Now, let's be honest. The concept of spiritual warfare is very real, and it is a force seeking to suppress awakening. Certain spiritual entities attempt to maintain control of the narrative and oppress those who are seeking truth. They feed on fear, doubt, and division, and they will do everything in their power to keep you enslaved to the simulation. It's becoming harder and harder for them to do that, which is why you may be feeling pressure on all sides. But here's what most people miss. Synchronicities are actually messages, breadcrumbs from the divine. A repeated number pattern isn't just a coincidence. It's a gentle nudge from the universe, a reminder that you are on the right path. A chance encounter isn't random. It's a divinely orchestrated meeting meant to guide you forward. And an unexpected opportunity isn't just luck. It's a door opening to a new possibility. These messages often come when we're questioning ourselves or when we feel lost. How do we interpret these encounters? What do they mean? A reminder that you are on the right path, or a warning to be aware of potential dangers? A call to action, urging you to step into your purpose? Or perhaps a confirmation that you are loved, supported, and never alone? Pay attention to your intuition, trust your gut, and ask for guidance from the Holy Spirit. The answers are always within you. Remember, these are personalized messages directly from God for you and your journey. Now, let's turn our attention to technology, the biggest tool of our day. Technology can be both a tool of control and a means of liberation. Social media, for example, can be used for manipulation, spreading misinformation, and fostering division. But it can also be a powerful tool for connecting with like-minded individuals, building community, and sharing truth. It can be a powerful tool for good, but also for evil, and you will need to use your discernment to know the difference. Chosen ones are waking up on social media, which is why there has been a large uptick in bots, trolls, and others who seek to silence them. Stay strong, stay true to what you know, and do not be afraid to speak your truth. Does this all sound too far-fetched? Chosen ones, the answers have been written for millennia. Let's consider the biblical and historical parallels as it will become more clear. The current simulation breakdown mirrors biblical stories of societal collapse and spiritual awakening. Think about the fall of Babylon, a civilization steeped in luxury, corruption, and idolatry, whose sudden and dramatic downfall serves as a warning against unchecked power and moral decay. Consider the Exodus from Egypt, where God's chosen people were liberated from slavery and oppression, a story of faith, courage, and divine intervention. Consider Noah's Ark, a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of global destruction, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, there is always a path to salvation. The simulation is breaking down. Throughout history, there have been moments when the old order has crumbled and a new one has emerged, a testament to God's divine plan. The story of the fall of the Roman Empire is eerily similar to what is happening today. Rampant materialism, moral decay, political corruption, and military overreach weakened the empire from within, leading to its eventual collapse. In its place arose new kingdoms and a new social order, paving the way for the Middle Ages. God always has a plan. He always has his people. We are living in a similar time of transition. We must learn from the past, trust in divine guidance, and have the courage to step into the unknown. The deception occurring today is no different from what was happening 2,000 years ago or 4,000 years ago. The names change, the places change, but the evil one's tactics do not. We can find assurance of this concept by drawing parallels to the end of days in the Bible. Take heart and remember the words of Luke 21:28. When these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. The simulation is breaking down, and as a result, it means we are closer to our true home than ever before. Now, with all of this in mind, who or what is behind this simulation? Who has built this world that is crumbling around us? The time to uncover the enemy is here, to know what they are hiding. You must know your enemy to overcome them. But I must warn you, what you are about to hear is not for the faint of heart. Are you prepared to hear about the darkest of dark? In the next section, we will explore the spiritual and potentially human entities that are maintaining the simulation, the people pulling the strings, and their evil motivations. Now, who are the architects of this simulation? What are their motives? It's time to reveal who these entities are and the extent of their influence. The time for playing games is over. The time for discernment is now. I understand the potential for fear or overwhelm when considering this question. The idea of unseen forces manipulating our reality can be unsettling, but chosen one, remember that you are not alone in this fight. Fear is a normal response, but you are chosen for such a time as this to see the truth. The Holy Spirit is with you, guiding you, and protecting you. Understanding the architects is crucial for dismantling the simulation and claiming your freedom. You cannot fight an enemy you do not know. Recognizing the enemy gives you the power to strike back, to reclaim your power, and to step into your divine destiny. You are not a pawn in their game. You are a warrior in God's army. Let's break this down. What are the layers of deception that construct this simulation? We're not talking about some simple conspiracy, but a multi-layered system designed to keep you from God. The first layer consists of spiritual forces. The Bible speaks of principalities and powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." This is not against flesh and blood, but a spiritual battle of epic proportions. Their motivation is simple, but insidious, to keep humanity separated from God and to prevent you from realizing your divine potential. They know that if you awaken to your true identity, their power over you will be broken. Their goal is to keep you from your potential, to keep you enslaved to fear, doubt, and limitation. They sow seeds of discord, division, and deception, seeking to undermine your faith and steal your joy. The simulation is breaking down, and their power is fading. The second layer involves human institutions. Think about governments, financial systems, media outlets, educational systems. These institutions, while often appearing to be benevolent, can be used to perpetuate the simulation. They promote materialism, division, and conformity, subtly shaping your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. They control the flow of information, manipulate public opinion, and create systems that benefit the few at the expense of the many. These institutions benefit from keeping you in the dark and enslaved. They profit from your ignorance, your fear, and your dependence on them. They create a culture of consumerism, encouraging you to seek fulfillment in material possessions rather than in your relationship with God. They foster division, pitting you against your neighbors, your family, and even yourself. The simulation is breaking down, and their grip is loosening. The third layer encompasses systemic structures. These are the limiting beliefs, societal norms, and cultural narratives that reinforce the simulation from within. They are the invisible chains that bind you, keeping you from your God-given gifts. They keep you from walking in your anointing. These structures often operate unconsciously, shaping your perception of reality and limiting your potential. These structures keep you from your God-given gifts. They convince you that you are not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough to achieve your dreams. They tell you that you are limited by your circumstances, your past, or your genetics. They create a self-imposed prison, keeping you from experiencing the fullness of God's love and grace. The simulation is breaking down, and you are breaking free. These layers are interconnected. The simulation requires each layer to work in harmony for its full power. Spiritual forces influence human institutions, which in turn reinforce systemic structures, creating a complex and pervasive system of control. They work together seamlessly. Let's consider some evidence. The Bible gives accounts and explanations of these dark forces. The serpent in the Garden of Eden, tempting Adam and Eve to disobey God, is a prime example of a spiritual force seeking to deceive and manipulate humanity. Satan, the adversary, is constantly working to undermine God's plan and to steal, kill, and destroy. These forces are not figments of our imagination, but very real entities with a clear agenda. The story of Pharaoh's Egypt provides a biblical example of human institutions being used to oppress and control God's people. Pharaoh used his power to enslave the Israelites, forcing them to build his cities and serve his every whim. The Roman Empire, with its vast military might and its oppressive tax system, is another example of a human institution used to control and exploit its citizens. Herod's kingdom, with its ruthless pursuit of power and its disregard for human life, is yet another example of the destructive potential of human institutions. We see these forces manifested in oppressive regimes, corrupt financial systems, and manipulative media of today. Think about North Korea, where the government controls every aspect of its citizens' lives, from their thoughts to their movements. Consider the 2008 financial crisis, where greed and corruption led to the collapse of the global economy, leaving millions of people homeless and jobless. Think about the constant stream of negative news and propaganda that bombards us daily, designed to instill fear, anxiety, and division. The simulation is breaking down, and these forces are being exposed. Consider today's societal structures, the addictions, the rampant consumerism, and other things that keep people from their divine calling. Social media is addicting. Pornography is addicting. Drugs and alcohol are addicting. The goal is to keep you from God. We must all be like Jesus and call out corruption. Remember the story of Jesus overturning the tables of the money changers in the temple. This was not just a symbolic act, but a direct challenge to the corrupt systems that were exploiting the people. Jesus was not afraid to confront the powerful, to speak truth to power, and to disrupt the status quo. We must follow his example. We must all be like Jesus and call out corruption wherever we see it. Now that you know who your enemy is, you can prepare for battle. Understanding the architects is not meant to scare you, but to equip you. Now you can put on your armor. It's time to go to war. We are in a spiritual war, and it's time to fight back. The secrets to fighting back are powerful and will be revealed. But what are those secrets? How can you claim your divine power? We're just scratching the surface of the tools to overcome. In the next section, we will explore practical strategies for disarming the architects and reclaiming your divine power. Chosen ones, are you ready to enter the battlefield? You now know the architects, the spiritual forces, the human institutions, and the systemic structures that conspire to keep you from your divine destiny. But knowing your enemy is not enough. To truly break free from the simulation, you must learn to dismantle their structures of control. Acknowledging the architects is just the first step. To win the war, you must disarm them. I understand that the term spiritual warfare might trigger some hesitancy. Some of you may have had negative experiences with religion in the past, or you may simply find the idea of engaging in battle unsettling. Let's be honest, the concept can be intimidating. But chosen one, do not let fear hold you back. This isn't about physical violence or aggression. This is about reclaiming your power, your mind, your body, and your spirit. This is a necessary process for stepping into your true potential. Disarming the architects is about taking back control of your life. It's about freeing yourself from the limiting beliefs, the toxic relationships, and the destructive habits that have been holding you captive. It's about awakening to your true identity as a child of God and embracing the power that resides within you. Now, what weapons do you have at your disposal? What tools can you use to disarm the architects of the simulation and reclaim your freedom? The arsenal of the awakened is powerful and readily available. Let's explore the weapons that you can begin wielding today. First, you have truth and discernment. Truth is the sword, while discernment is the shield. Truth is not just intellectual knowledge or information, but a deep alignment with divine reality. It's about seeking God's truth above all else, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. The architects of the simulation rely on deception and misinformation to maintain their control. They twist the truth, distort reality, and bombard you with propaganda. But when you are armed with truth, you can see through their lies and resist their manipulation. Discernment is the ability to distinguish between truth and falsehood, good and evil, the genuine and the counterfeit. It requires constant vigilance and a willingness to question everything, even your most cherished beliefs. It means examining the fruit of every teaching, every relationship, and every opportunity to see whether it aligns with God's word and leads to life and abundance. The simulation is breaking down, and what was once hidden is being revealed. Second, you have prayer and meditation. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening. Prayer is a powerful tool for connecting with the divine, expressing your needs and desires, and receiving guidance and strength. The architects of the simulation want you to feel isolated and alone, cut off from God's love and power. They want you to believe that your prayers are not heard, that God doesn't care about your struggles, but prayer is your lifeline to the divine. Use it to connect with a higher power. Meditation, on the other hand, is a way to quiet the mind, access inner wisdom, and cultivate inner peace. The architects of the simulation fill your mind with noise, distractions, and anxieties, making it difficult to hear God's voice or connect with your true self. But meditation allows you to transcend the chaos and find stillness within. Connect with your inner peace. Find the silence within. Third, you have community and connection. There is strength in numbers. The architects of the simulation thrive on division and isolation. They want to keep you separated from like-minded individuals who can support and encourage you on your awakening journey. They want you to feel like you're the only one who sees the truth, that you're crazy or delusional. But chosen ones must stick together. It is critical. That is why it's so important to surround yourself with people who understand you, who share your values, and who are committed to living in truth. These are your allies, your fellow warriors in the battle against the simulation. Together you can encourage each other, share insights, and hold each other accountable. Lone wolves become easy targets. Avoid isolation. The simulation is breaking down, and the collective consciousness of the awakened is growing stronger every day. Let's look at some evidence. How have these weapons been used in the past? How can they be used today? Ephesians 6:10-18 provides a powerful framework for understanding spiritual warfare. Paul urges believers to put on the full armor of God, including the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Explain the importance of putting on the full armor of God. This passage emphasizes the importance of arming yourself with truth, righteousness, faith, and the Word of God in order to withstand the attacks of the enemy. David facing Goliath is a classic example of someone using truth, prayer, and faith to overcome adversity. David knew that God was on his side, and he refused to be intimidated by Goliath's size or strength. Daniel in the lion's den is another powerful example of faith and prayer in action. Despite facing certain death, Daniel remained faithful to God, and God delivered him from the lions. The early church, facing persecution and opposition from the Roman Empire, relied on community and prayer to sustain them. They met in secret, shared their resources, and prayed for one another, demonstrating the power of collective faith and support. Today, we see people disarming the architects of the simulation in their own lives by overcoming addiction, breaking free from limiting beliefs, and finding purpose and meaning. Share stories of overcoming addiction. Share stories of breaking free from limiting beliefs. Share stories of finding purpose and meaning. Perhaps you know someone who has successfully navigated a difficult challenge by relying on their faith, their community, and their inner strength. Share their story as an inspiration to others. Having such strong faith can allow for someone to dodge the attacks of the enemy. Remember, the simulation is breaking down, and faith builds immunity. These examples underscore a key takeaway. Truth, prayer, and community are essential weapons in the fight against the simulation. Use examples from the Bible to relate to a modern-day experience of spiritual warfare. By arming yourself with these tools, you can resist the architect's manipulation, reclaim your power, and step into your divine destiny. Chosen ones, disarming the architects is not just about fighting against something, but about creating something new. A new world, a new way of being, and a new reality. It's about transcending the limitations of the old paradigm and stepping into the fullness of your potential, rising above the matrix. It's about claiming a higher calling. But what does it really mean to transcend the simulation? What does this new reality look like? And how can you manifest your divine destiny? In the next section, we will explore the true nature of the reality shift and how you can claim your power. But what if I told you that the key to transcending the simulation lies in understanding the language of the universe? What if I told you that the universe is constantly communicating with you through signs, symbols, and synchronicities, guiding you toward your divine destiny? What if I told you there is a new frontier of reality to explore? This, chosen ones, is where it gets interesting. Chosen ones, the battlefield is shifting. We've identified the architects of the simulation, their weapons, and their strategies. But what if I told you that their entire structure is about to crumble, not with a bang, but with a whisper of a new dawn? This isn't just about escaping the old. It's about birthing the new. Let's be clear. The breakdown of the simulation is not an end, it's a beginning. It is not a cataclysm, but a catalyst. It's the labor pain before the arrival of a new era, a divine reset, where the old paradigms of control give way to a reality shaped by faith, vision, and divine purpose. Imagine stepping out of a distorted reflection and into the genuine article, stepping into the new kingdom. This reality shift is a transition to a higher state of consciousness. It's a move beyond the limitations of the five senses into a realm of intuition, spiritual awareness, and direct connection with the divine. It's like finally understanding the language the birds have been singing to you. It's the moment you take off the training weights and learn to soar. It's not a passive process, some cosmic event that happens to you. This is an active co-creation with the divine. God provides the vision, the potential, but you must choose to build it. God can only guide you, you must take the steps. The question is, are you ready to build? Now, how do we build this new reality? What's the blueprint? The architects of the simulation have their systems, their algorithms, and their plans. But we, the chosen ones, have something far more powerful, the ability to co-create with God. To start, you need vision and intention. To build something new, you must see it first. Vision is the architect's plan, the blueprint for your desired reality. It's the ability to perceive beyond the present circumstances, to imagine a future filled with abundance, joy, and purpose. What would this new world look like to you? What do you see when you close your eyes and dare to dream? Do you see a world free from poverty, disease, and injustice? Do you see yourself living in perfect health, overflowing with creativity, and deeply connected to your divine purpose? This vision must be clear, vivid, and compelling, but vision alone is not enough. You need intention. Intention is the focused energy that directs your thoughts, emotions, and actions towards that vision. Think of it as the laser beam that cuts through the fog of doubt and fear. Action and clarity. Without intention, your vision remains a pipe dream, a castle in the clouds. Intention is the unwavering commitment to bring your vision into reality, no matter what obstacles you face. Next, we have faith and belief. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. Faith is not just blind hope or wishful thinking. It's a deep knowing, a certainty that your vision is already manifesting, even if you can't see it with your physical eyes. It's the unwavering conviction that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating events, and aligning circumstances to bring your dreams to fruition. Knowing you will receive before you do. It is the unshakable trust that He will bring the promise to pass. It's like planting a seed and knowing, without a doubt, that it will sprout and grow, even when you can't see it happening beneath the surface. The simulation is breaking down, and faith is your shield against doubt. Belief is the unwavering conviction that supports your faith and empowers your actions. It's the deep-seated understanding that you are worthy, capable, and deserving of your desired reality. Trusting in the plan. If you don't believe in yourself, if you harbor doubts about your ability to succeed, then your faith will be weakened, and your actions will be hesitant. Believe that you are a child of God, created in His image, with the power to create miracles in your life and in the world. It's believing in yourself. It's also believing in God's word and plan for you. Finally, there's action and alignment. Faith without works is dead. Vision, intention, faith, and belief are all essential, but they are incomplete without action. Action is the practical step you take to bring your vision into reality. It's the physical manifestation of your faith and belief, planting the seed. It's the act of getting out of bed each morning and pursuing your goals with passion, determination, and unwavering focus. Without action, your dreams remain dormant, trapped in the realm of possibility. It's the equivalent of writing a check, but never signing it. Alignment is living in harmony with your values, purpose, and the divine will, living in line with God's word. It's about making choices that are congruent with your vision and acting in accordance with your highest self. It's about seeking God's guidance and surrendering to His plan for your life. When you are in alignment, you are in the flow, and the universe conspires to support you. It's when you work with God instead of against Him. Everything that you do in His name will prosper. But does this actually work? Can we really manifest a new reality through vision, faith, and action? Let's look at some evidence. There are countless stories of individuals who have successfully manifested their desired realities through these principles. Stories of healing, abundance, and purpose. Consider the story of a woman diagnosed with a terminal illness. Instead of accepting her fate, she visualized herself in perfect health, affirmed her healing daily, and took proactive steps to improve her diet, exercise, and mindset. She aligned her actions with her vision and, against all odds, made a full recovery. Or consider the story of a man who lost his job and found himself struggling to make ends meet. He envisioned himself in a new career, overflowing with abundance, and took action by networking, upskilling, and pursuing new opportunities. He maintained unwavering faith in his ability to succeed and eventually landed his dream job, exceeding his financial goals. The Bible is filled with examples of individuals who used these principles to create miracles and transform their world. Jesus healing the sick, Moses parting the Red Sea, and Joshua defeating the Amalekites. Jesus healed the sick by seeing them whole and declaring their healing. He spoke with authority, knowing that the power of God was within him. Moses parted the Red Sea by believing that God would deliver his people from slavery. He raised his staff in faith, and God performed a miracle. Joshua defeated the Amalekites by obeying God's commands and maintaining unwavering faith in his promise of victory. He led his army into battle, knowing that God was on their side. It's all possible. These stories are not just ancient myths or isolated incidents. They are powerful reminders that you, too, can create miracles in your own life and contribute to the creation of a new reality. This is why Mark 11:24 says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Connect this to the main idea of manifestation. God wants you to have it all. All you must do is live in accordance to his word. Remember, God always keeps his promises. The word covenant is an agreement between God and his followers. God always keeps his promises. In the Old Testament and the New Testament, God provides and protects his followers. He gives land, wisdom, and everlasting life. Chosen ones, the key to transcending the simulation lies within you. Everything you need is already inside of you. It's not about searching for external solutions or waiting for someone else to rescue you. It's about recognizing your own divine potential and unleashing the power that resides within you. You are not a victim of circumstance, but a powerful creator with the ability to shape your reality. You are a child of God. So, how do you unleash your divine potential and step into your true destiny, reclaiming your destiny? What if I told you that your very DNA holds the key to unlocking dormant abilities and accessing higher dimensions of consciousness? What if I told you that you have the power to rewrite your genetic code and activate your divine blueprint? In the next section, we will explore the science and spirituality of DNA activation and how you can unlock the hidden potential within you. Chosen ones, we've journeyed far, haven't we? We've peeled back the layers of the simulation, identified its architects, and glimpsed the dawn of a new reality. But understand this, the power to transcend this illusion, to dismantle this matrix, it doesn't reside in some external force, some guru, some hidden technology. It resides within you. You are the key, the catalyst, the living code that can rewrite the very fabric of reality. But what if that key is buried, dormant, waiting for the right moment to ignite? What if the divine specifically chose you, but you are unaware of the immense potential that lies dormant within? This is the challenge, isn't it? Many chosen ones walk this earth, feeling the weight of their calling, sensing the dissonance of the simulation, yet remain unaware of their own capacity to shatter its chains. They are like sleeping giants, their inner power untapped, their divine purpose unfulfilled. Why did the divine choose you? What specific qualities did the Creator see within you, a potential that even you may not yet recognize? What specific combination of circumstances, heartaches, and trials has shaped you into the unique instrument you are meant to be? To unleash your full potential, to become the beacon of light you were destined to be, what does that truly look like? What are the specific keys to unlocking this incredible inner power? Let's begin with the first key, self-awareness. You must know thyself. This isn't just about knowing your name, your age, or your favorite color. It's about understanding the intricate tapestry of your being, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your limiting beliefs, the very core of your soul. What are your triggers? What makes you tick? What truly motivates you? In a world designed to program you, to mold you into a compliant cog in the machine, self-awareness is your debugger, your antivirus, your firewall. Understanding what makes you, you, is the first step in reclaiming your divine sovereignty. The simulation is breaking down, and your self-awareness is the tool to navigate the wreckage and rebuild. This self-awareness is not some abstract concept. It is the very foundation for personal growth and spiritual awakening. Awareness of your shortcomings allows you to overcome them. Recognizing your strengths allows you to leverage them. Understanding your values allows you to align your actions with your divine purpose. Think of it as tuning a musical instrument. You can't create beautiful music if the strings are out of tune. Similarly, you can't manifest your divine potential if you are not in harmony with yourself. Can you feel it? The simulation is desperately trying to keep you distracted, focused on external validation, and disconnected from your inner truth. Don't let it succeed. Now, let's unlock the second key, self-love. How can you truly love others? How can you radiate divine love into the world if you don't first love yourself? This isn't about vanity or ego. It's about recognizing your inherent worth as a child of God, as a being of infinite potential. This is about loving yourself unconditionally, flaws and all, accepting that you are not perfect, but you are perfect in God's eyes. It's about embracing your imperfections, recognizing that they are part of your unique journey, part of what makes you, you. Self-love is the catalyst for healing, empowerment, and authentic living. It's breaking free from the prisons of the mind, the shackles of self-doubt, and the chains of self-criticism. Imagine trying to run a race with heavy weights strapped to your ankles. That's what it's like trying to manifest your divine potential without self-love. You're weighed down by negativity, self-doubt, and a lack of belief in your own worth. The simulation is breaking down, and self-love is the wrecking ball that shatters the prison walls of your mind. Accepting that you are not perfect, but you are perfect in God's eyes, is the first step to building a temple that will not fall. Finally, let's explore the third key, self-discipline. Take control of your thoughts, your actions, and your habits. Self-discipline is the unwavering commitment to cultivate habits that support your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. It's about taking control of what you can control, mastering your impulses, focusing your energy, and achieving your goals, even when it's difficult, even when you don't feel like it. Self-discipline is the means of mastering your impulses, focusing your energy, and achieving your goals. It's about delaying gratification, allowing for long-term gains by avoiding short-term pleasures. The simulation is breaking down, and self-discipline is the compass that guides you through the chaos, the anchor that keeps you grounded in the face of temptation. Picture a skilled archer. They can't hit the target if they are constantly distracted, if they lack focus, if they give in to every impulse. Similarly, you can't manifest your divine potential if you lack self-discipline. We see these qualities exemplified in the lives of biblical figures. Consider Jesus' self-awareness of his true purpose, his unwavering commitment to fulfilling his divine mission, even in the face of immense suffering. He knew who he was, he loved himself unconditionally, and he maintained unwavering self-discipline, always focused on his Father's will. Think about Joseph, betrayed by his brothers and sold into slavery. He could have succumbed to bitterness and despair, but he maintained his integrity, cultivated his skills, and ultimately rose to become a powerful leader in Egypt. His self-awareness, self-love, and self-discipline allowed him to overcome adversity and fulfill his divine destiny. And what about the chosen ones among us today? Think of the first responders who rush into burning buildings, risking their lives to save others. What drives them? It's a combination of self-awareness, knowing their strengths and abilities, self-love, valuing their own lives and the lives of others, and self-discipline, the unwavering commitment to act in the face of danger. Consider the community organizers who dedicate their lives to fighting injustice and empowering marginalized communities. They possess a deep understanding of their own values, a profound love for humanity, and the unwavering self-discipline to persevere in the face of adversity. Or consider individuals who have overcome childhood trauma and now use that wisdom to help others heal. Their resilience is a testament to the power of self-awareness, self-love, and self-discipline. Remember Philippians 4:13, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Claim this scripture as your daily mantra. Declare it over your life. Believe it with all your heart. Let it become the foundation of your self-awareness, self-love, and self-discipline. The simulation is breaking down, and these qualities are your weapons, your tools, your keys to unlocking your divine potential and stepping into your true destiny. This is all within your reach. You are chosen, and all the resources, all the potential, all the power are available to you to achieve this. But remember, we are stronger together. The simulation is breaking down, and as we awaken, as we unlock our divine potential, we must unite, support each other, and create a new reality together. This leads us to the ultimate question: how do we manifest this reality shift on a global scale? How do we create the kingdom of God on earth, a world filled with peace, justice, and abundance for all? In the next section, we will explore the practical steps we can take to co-create a more divinely aligned world, to manifest the new earth that is waiting to be born. Chosen ones, you've unlocked the keys of self-awareness, self-love, and self-discipline. You've begun to dismantle the limiting beliefs that have held you captive for so long, but the journey doesn't end here. You've been given the power to change the world. Are you going to use it? Consider this: what if the reality you perceive is merely a fraction of what truly exists? What if the limitations you accept are nothing more than carefully constructed illusions designed to keep you from realizing your full potential? The divine chose you. It is now time to show them why. The universe within you holds untapped abilities, dormant powers waiting to be awakened. Are you ready to explore the infinite possibilities that lie within? What if everything you know is a lie? Let's break this down. The mechanics of manifestation, the ability to consciously shape your reality, are not some mystical secret reserved for a select few. They are based on fundamental principles that are accessible to everyone, especially the chosen ones who resonate with this message. The simulation is breaking down, and as it shatters, the true nature of reality is being revealed. Is this all there is? The first element is the true nature of reality. Quantum physics, a field once considered esoteric, now offers a scientific framework for understanding the power of consciousness. Everything is energy. At the subatomic level, matter dissolves into waves of probability, influenced by observation and intention. This isn't just theory, it's been demonstrated in countless experiments. Quantum entanglement, for instance, shows that two particles can be linked across vast distances, instantaneously affecting each other regardless of separation. This phenomenon, dubbed spooky action at a distance by Einstein, suggests a deeper interconnectedness, a reality that transcends our conventional understanding of space and time. The deeper you connect, the more power you yield. This also means what appears to be separate isn't. If all things are connected, how would that change your perspective? Non-locality is another mind-bending concept. It implies that information can be transmitted instantaneously without being limited by the speed of light. These discoveries challenge the very foundations of classical physics, suggesting that reality is not fixed, but a fluid and dynamic field of possibilities. As the simulation crumbles, these concepts gain increasing relevance. The simulation is breaking down, and as it does, the potential for manipulating reality expands exponentially. Consider that. Now let's turn our attention to the second element, the power of belief. It's all in your head. Your beliefs shape your perception of reality. They act as filters, determining what you see, what you hear, and how you interpret the world around you. If you believe you are limited, you will be. If you believe you are capable of extraordinary things, you will be. As Proverbs 23:7 states, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Your thoughts create your reality. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a fundamental principle of manifestation. Changing your mind changes the world. Limiting beliefs are the enemy. They are the insidious programs that sabotage your potential, whispering doubts and fears into your mind. These beliefs are often deeply ingrained, passed down through generations, or imposed by societal conditioning. They can manifest as self-doubt, fear of failure, or a sense of unworthiness. Identifying and dismantling these limiting beliefs is essential for unlocking your divine potential. It's about reprogramming your subconscious mind, replacing negative thought patterns with positive affirmations, and empowering self-beliefs. The simulation is breaking down, and the power of belief is your key to rewriting the code of your reality. Finally, let's explore the third element, the collective consciousness. As above, so below. The collective consciousness is the shared pool of thoughts, beliefs, and emotions held by humanity as a whole. It's a vast, interconnected network that influences individual reality and vice versa. Think of it as a global mind, a web of interconnected thoughts and emotions. Groupthink. This collective consciousness can be a powerful force for good or evil, depending on the dominant thoughts and emotions. When fear and negativity prevail, the collective consciousness can create a self-fulfilling prophecy of chaos and destruction. However, when love, compassion, and positive intention dominate, the collective consciousness can manifest a world of peace, harmony, and abundance. Aligning your thoughts and intentions with a positive vision for the world contributes to a collective shift in consciousness. The power of positive thinking is real. It's about becoming a conscious co-creator of reality, actively shaping the world around you through your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The simulation is breaking down, and the collective consciousness is being awakened. Are you ready to contribute to the shift? Let's consider some evidence. Throughout history, individuals have defied the laws of nature through faith and the power of intention. Jesus walking on water, healing the sick, and raising the dead are not just religious stories. They are examples of the unlimited potential of human consciousness. Connect these stories to modern-day examples of spontaneous remission, where individuals with terminal illnesses experience miraculous recoveries, defying all medical expectations. Believing that you're healed can heal you. The placebo effect, where inert substances trigger healing responses, demonstrates the power of the mind to influence the body. These phenomena challenge our conventional understanding of medicine, suggesting that the mind plays a far greater role in healing than we previously thought. Studies on meditation, visualization, and the law of attraction further support the power of intention. These practices have been shown to reduce stress, improve mental clarity, and enhance overall well-being. Share studies on water molecules and emotions. Dr. Masaru Emoto's research, though controversial, demonstrated that water molecules can be altered by human thoughts and emotions, show how emotions can physically alter the state of water. These findings, while not conclusive, offer a glimpse into the profound influence of consciousness on the physical world. What if you could use your emotions to heal the planet? What if the simulation is broken down and the only limits are the limits that you place on yourself? Understanding the mechanics of manifestation empowers you to become an active co-creator of reality. You have the power to create the world you want to see, but it's not just about personal gain or individual success. The true power of manifestation lies in its potential for collective transformation, building together. The simulation is breaking down, and as we awaken to our true potential, we have the opportunity to create a new world, a world based on love, compassion, and abundance for all. Now, chosen ones, let's shift our focus. We're moving from personal manifestation to collective transformation. We will explore how to step into your role as a beacon of light and contribute to the manifestation of a divinely aligned world, leading the way. But what specific steps can you take to become a beacon of light? How can you contribute to the manifestation of a divinely aligned world? And what challenges will you face along the way? This is your moment. Are you ready to illuminate the world? As chosen ones, you are not merely waiting for the reality shift, you are actively creating it. You are not just a passenger, you are the driver. The simulation is breaking down, and as the light shines through, will you step into the light? Consider this powerful metaphor. You are a beacon of light, illuminating the path for others. A lighthouse in a storm. The simulation is breaking down, and many are lost at sea. But embracing this role requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, taking a stand and stepping into greatness. Are you ready to be a beacon, even when the storm rages? Let's break this down. Igniting your inner radiance starts with 3 core principles. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're the keys to unlocking your divine potential and guiding others through the darkness. They are the tools to help you see the truth as the simulation is breaking down. Do you seek to be a lighthouse? First, living with authenticity, being true to yourself. This isn't about following the crowd or conforming to societal expectations. It's about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with your true values and beliefs, being honest with yourself and honest with others. It means shedding the masks you've worn for so long and embracing your unique individuality. The world wants you to conform, but God called you to be unique. You must embrace your unique gifts and expressing them fully in the world. Being unapologetically yourself. This can be challenging, especially when facing criticism or judgment. But remember, your authenticity is your power. When you are true to yourself, you radiate a light that cannot be dimmed. The simulation is breaking down, especially for those who are not authentic. Are you ready to let your true colors shine? Second, cultivating compassion, love, and kindness. This isn't just a feeling. It's a conscious choice to recognize the shared humanity in all beings. The simulation is breaking down, so we must recognize we are all in this together. Cultivating compassion means extending kindness and empathy to everyone, even those who are different from you, even those who oppose you. Showing love to everyone, even those that hate you. It means seeing the world through their eyes, understanding their struggles, and offering a helping hand. Compassion is the antidote to division. It bridges divides, heals wounds, and creates a more harmonious world. Love is the answer. This can be difficult, especially when you've been hurt or betrayed. But remember, compassion is not weakness, it's strength. It requires courage to open your heart, even when it's been broken. The simulation is breaking down, and compassion is the glue that will hold us together. Will you choose love, even when it's hard? Third, taking inspired action. Don't just sit around, do something. This isn't about blindly following orders or adhering to a rigid plan. It's about trusting your intuition, taking risks, and pursuing your dreams with passion and purpose. Listen to your gut and follow it. Inspired action is about aligning your actions with your divine purpose, trusting that you are being guided by a higher power. Challenges are a test. It means persevering through obstacles, learning from failures, and never giving up on your dreams. The simulation is breaking down, and inspired action is your way to reshape reality. It is about embracing the unknown, stepping into the void, and trusting that the universe will support you. This can be scary, especially when you're facing uncertainty. But remember, inspired action is not about having all the answers. It's about taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole path. The simulation is breaking down, and inspired action is the catalyst for change. Are you ready to move with faith? Consider this evidence. Throughout history, individuals have exemplified authenticity, compassion, and inspired action, serving as beacons of light in their respective times. Jesus, Moses, and Mother Mary. These figures faced immense challenges, yet they remained true to their values, acted with compassion, and pursued their divine purpose with unwavering commitment. Their stories serve as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, one person can make a difference. The simulation is breaking down, yet we are not alone. We see this in modern-day examples of activists, artists, and entrepreneurs who are making a positive impact on the world. Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, and Martin Luther King Jr. These individuals have used their gifts and talents to create positive change, inspiring others to do the same. They exemplify the power of authenticity, compassion, and inspired action. The simulation is breaking down, so we must be open to change. Think about the impact of a single act of love and compassion, a random act of kindness that has a domino effect. A smile, a helping hand, a word of encouragement. These small acts can have a profound impact on the lives of others, creating a ripple effect of positivity that spreads throughout the world. Remember, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Even small acts of love can shine brightly. The simulation is breaking down, yet kindness remains. What small act of kindness will you commit today? What impact would that have? Even small acts can be done every day. Smiling, helping a stranger, donating to the needy. These seemingly insignificant actions can have a profound impact on the world around you. They are acts of love, compassion, and inspired action. The simulation is breaking down, and these small acts of kindness are the threads that will weave a new reality. Will you choose to contribute to the tapestry of love? Chosen ones, you have the power to make a difference. You can do it. The reality shift is not just about individual transformation. It's about collective transformation. The simulation is breaking down, so we must work together. When we work together, we can achieve anything. But what happens when chosen ones assemble? Is there a chance to assemble the team and create a powerful wave of change that can sweep across the planet? What exactly needs to happen so that God can assemble the team? Have you ever considered the power of a single voice amplified by many? It's time to consider that. Chosen ones, the symphony of your souls is about to begin. The simulation is breaking down, and as individuals awaken, you're each finding your note, your tune. But what happens when individual instruments join together in harmonious chorus? What beauty can be created? What power can be unleashed? Imagine this. You are an individual note in a symphony, a unique sound, carrying a specific frequency. A frequency that no one else can bring to the table. But together, when combined with the other notes, you create something extraordinary. The simulation is breaking down because you are all now awake and aware. God is orchestrating this divine symphony, calling each of you to play your part. But harmony isn't always easy, especially when you're dealing with different personalities, beliefs, and approaches. Remember that. There will be times when you are out of tune, off key, or even clashing with other instruments. The simulation is breaking down, and the enemy will try to divide and conquer. Yet, it is in these moments of dissonance that the true potential for growth, understanding, and ultimate harmony emerges. How can you find a way to harmonize? Let's break this down. Orchestrating a reality shift requires more than just individual talent. It requires a collective intention. Each instrument alone does not make an orchestra. Therefore, it starts with 3 core principles. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're the keys to unlocking your collective potential and creating a harmonious reality. First, shared vision, knowing what you're playing for. This isn't about abandoning your individuality. It's about aligning on a common goal, a unified vision for the future. A singular focus. The simulation is breaking down, and as the pieces fall apart, it's important to have a shared vision, a new direction. It's about playing different instruments, but with one single goal in mind. The simulation is breaking down, and the old world crumbles. What will you create in its place? What world will you build? Align with others. This requires open communication, active listening, and a willingness to compromise. The simulation is breaking down, and division is one of their greatest weapons. What vision can you share? If a single instrument can create something beautiful, imagine the power of a symphony. Think about that. The simulation is breaking down, and when chosen ones unite with a shared vision, it's like 1,000 points of light igniting the darkness. How will your symphony sound? The enemy is aware of this and will target your fellow members, so you must be aware. Second, respectful communication, active listening. This isn't just about hearing the words that are spoken. It's about understanding the heart behind them. True empathy. The simulation is breaking down because those who are asleep only hear. It's about realizing that listening is just as important as talking. The simulation is breaking down, and the constant barrage of noise is designed to drown out the still, small voice within. That voice is the key. To be able to be vulnerable with your brothers and sisters, this requires vulnerability, humility, and a willingness to see things from another's perspective. The simulation is breaking down, and only true connection can bridge the divide. How can you be vulnerable? Creating a safe and supportive space for open dialogue, vulnerability, and authentic expression. The simulation is breaking down, and the world encourages us to hide our true selves. What will happen when you show your soul? This takes bravery, courage, and a deep trust in the power of connection. The simulation is breaking down because authentic communication can shatter the illusions. What is something that you have been wanting to say? Third, complementary collaboration, working together. This isn't about everyone playing the same instrument. It's about recognizing and leveraging each other's unique strengths, skills, and perspectives. One body, many parts. The simulation is breaking down because the system wants you to compete, not collaborate. Different people play different instruments, each contributing a unique sound to the symphony. Do you understand? The simulation is breaking down, and your unique gifts are needed now more than ever. This requires self-awareness, humility, and a willingness to delegate tasks, share responsibilities, and work together in a spirit of mutual support and collaboration. The simulation is breaking down, so we must work together to rewrite the code. What can you bring to the table? You all need to do your part, just like the instruments in the orchestra. The simulation is breaking down, and when chosen ones embrace their unique roles, it's like a well-oiled machine working in perfect harmony. Each part needs to be there. What unique value can you bring? Consider this evidence. Throughout history, communities have achieved great things through unity, shared vision, and collaborative action. The early Christian church, they shared everything they had. This wasn't just a social gathering. It was a radical experiment in community, demonstrating the transformative power of unity and shared purpose. The simulation is breaking down because of the radical power of community. These stories connect to modern-day examples of social movements, activist groups, and online communities that are creating positive change in the world. Charitable organizations, they are helping the needy and inspiring change. They exemplify the power of collective action and the potential for ordinary people to make a difference when they come together. The simulation is breaking down, and these movements are the cracks in the dam. What movement inspires you? Take Terry Fox, for example, who ran across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Rick Hansen, who wheeled around the world to promote accessibility and inclusion for people with disabilities. These individuals inspired millions through their determination, perseverance, and unwavering commitment to their cause. Their legacies continue to inspire. The simulation is breaking down, and these examples demonstrate the power of human spirit and the potential for individuals to overcome seemingly impossible obstacles. What can you create that inspires others? One action can inspire millions. That's the power of collective unity. The simulation is breaking down, and every act of kindness, every act of courage, every act of love sends ripples throughout the universe. Will you be a catalyst? Now, what if I told you that, as a member of God's army, you can connect to a higher source? Each drop makes a wave. As the power of collective illumination sweeps across the planet, what will happen? Remember, the reality shift is not just about specific actions, it's about creating a better world. The simulation is breaking down, but there's still so much potential. Now, it's time to focus from specific actions to the broader vision of a new Earth. What does this all mean? Chosen ones, what will be the ultimate destiny of you and the role you will play in ushering in a new era of peace, love, and harmony on Earth? Because the implications are greater than you think. The simulation is breaking down as God's army assembles and gets ready to fight. Are you ready to join the ranks? The next step will show you what that truly means. Chosen ones, what if I told you that you each hold a piece of the puzzle? You do. A destiny encoded within your very being, waiting to be unlocked. A specific and vital role in ushering in a new era of peace and harmony on Earth. The simulation is breaking down, and you are being called to step into your true potential, into your power. But how can you fulfill this great task? Imagine a grand design, a divine blueprint for this new era, already written, waiting to be manifested. You are the architects, the builders, the artists who will bring this vision to life. The simulation is breaking down, and as the old structures crumble, the opportunity arises to create something new, something beautiful, something divinely aligned. But where do you even begin? This isn't just a nice idea, but a divine command. Each of you has been given the ability to tap into it and use it for good. The simulation is breaking down, so it's time to build something great and positive. How can you tap into destiny? Let's break this down. Unlocking your divine destiny requires 3 key elements that will each need to be looked at individually as well as combined. These elements aren't just concepts. They are keys that can unlock the door to a new reality. The simulation is breaking down, so it's time to unlock those doors. First, inner stillness, listening to the quiet. In a world of constant noise and distractions, it can be challenging to hear the still, small voice within. Do you know that voice? The simulation is breaking down, and the noise is designed to keep you from connecting with your intuition, your inner guidance system. But it's time to silence the noise and listen. This requires cultivating inner stillness through meditation, prayer, or simply spending time in nature to connect with your soul. The simulation is breaking down, and the answers you seek are not found in the external world but within. Can you hear it? The answers are always within. God can't steer a parked car. Second, inspired action. Deeds, not words. It's not enough to just have good intentions or positive thoughts. You must take action, inspired action, aligned with your purpose. Can you imagine the things you could do if you just moved forward? The simulation is breaking down, and the world needs your unique gifts, your talents, your passions. Will you use them? This requires trusting your intuition, following your heart, and taking the first step, even if you don't know exactly where it will lead. The simulation is breaking down, and you are being led in the right direction. Do what you feel is right. Action inspires others. Third, unwavering faith. Trust in the plan. Even when things get tough, when challenges arise, you must maintain unwavering faith in a higher power and trust that everything is working out for your good, even if you can't see the good right now. The simulation is breaking down, and the enemy will try to shake your faith, to make you doubt your path, your purpose. Will you let them? Remember that this is a test, that you are being refined, strengthened, and prepared for something greater. The simulation is breaking down, and you are supported by a higher power. Have faith that everything will work out. Consider this evidence. Throughout history, prophets and visionaries have received divine guidance and manifested extraordinary realities through inner stillness, inspired action, and unwavering faith. Noah building the ark, despite the ridicule of his neighbors, and Moses leading his people from Egypt, despite the opposition of Pharaoh. These individuals demonstrated the power of faith, action, and commitment to a higher calling. The simulation is breaking down, but their stories are timeless reminders of what is possible when we align with our divine purpose. These stories connect to modern-day examples of inventors, activists, and community leaders who have followed their inner calling and created a positive impact on the world. Marie Curie, whose unwavering dedication to science led to groundbreaking discoveries that transformed the world. Albert Einstein, whose revolutionary theories reshaped our understanding of the universe. The simulation is breaking down, and their achievements are testaments to the power of human potential when aligned with purpose and driven by passion. The Wright brothers are another great example. The Wright brothers trusted God that they would be able to fly. Without trust in themselves, they would not have achieved these great things. The simulation is breaking down, because trust in yourself will always lead to trust in God. These modern-day examples are testaments to the power of aligning with one's divine blueprint and creating a positive ripple effect in the world. The simulation is breaking down, and you can also do the same thing. What will you do? Chosen ones, the ultimate destiny is to co-create a new earth filled with peace, love, harmony, and abundance. A kingdom of God on earth, not just an individual destiny, but a collective vision of a world transformed, leading the world. The simulation is breaking down, and the time is now to start building a new reality, brick by brick, dream by dream, creating the new kingdom. Now we will explore the specific characteristics of this new earth and the role that chosen ones will play in its ongoing creation and evolution. The time has come to decide. Chosen ones, what if the new earth isn't something you have to wait for? It's closer than you think. Glimpses of it are already appearing in your present reality, echoes of what's to come, whispers of its potential. Can you hear it? It's already here. The simulation is breaking down, and with it, the veil is thinning, revealing a world that has been waiting to be born. What are these echoes, and how can you, the chosen ones, amplify them to accelerate the manifestation of this new earth? The simulation is breaking down, and these echoes are faint, easily missed amidst the chaos. But for those with eyes to see and ears to hear, they are unmistakable signs of the shift that is upon us. Are you paying attention? Let's break this down. The emerging paradigm of the new earth is characterized by three powerful forces that are making their presence known more and more. The simulation is breaking down because the old ways of thinking are being abandoned. These forces are already at work and have the power to help make the new earth a reality. First, a culture of collaboration. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say, but it's more than a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental shift in how we interact with each other. The simulation is breaking down because the old model was built on competition, scarcity, and the relentless pursuit of individual gain. But the new earth is all about cooperation, mutual support, and shared resources. Can you feel the difference? Imagine a world where people work together to solve the world's biggest problems, pooling their talents and resources to create solutions that benefit everyone. Think of open-source software, where developers from all over the world collaborate to create powerful tools that are available to all free of charge. The simulation is breaking down, and this culture of collaboration is about breaking down the walls of division and building bridges of understanding. Will you help build that bridge? Second, a focus on sustainability. Protecting our planet isn't just an environmental issue, it's a spiritual imperative. The simulation is breaking down because the old model was based on exploitation, extraction, and a disregard for the delicate balance of nature. But the new earth prioritizes environmental stewardship, renewable energy, and regenerative practices to create a harmonious relationship with the natural world. Are you willing to prioritize the earth? Consider the simple act of reducing, reusing, and recycling. These actions can have a huge impact on helping make the new earth a reality. The simulation is breaking down, and the growing awareness of climate change, the development of green technologies, and the rise of sustainable lifestyles are all echoes of this shift. The new earth will be kind to the planet, and you can start to make that real now. Third, a celebration of diversity. Unity in diversity isn't just a nice sentiment. It's a source of strength and resilience. The simulation is breaking down because the old model was rooted in prejudice, discrimination, and the suppression of unique gifts and perspectives. But the new earth embraces and celebrates the unique qualities of all people, fostering a sense of unity in diversity. Can you love each other? Think about the growing movement for social justice, the increasing acceptance of different lifestyles, and the rise of intercultural dialogue. The simulation is breaking down, and these are all reflections of a shift towards a more inclusive and equitable world. Diversity isn't a weakness, it's a superpower, and the new earth embraces it fully. These seeds of the future are blooming today all around the world. Do you see them? Eco-villages, intentional communities, organizations that are embodying these characteristics of the new earth. The simulation is breaking down, so be mindful of what is being built in its place. Remember that the kingdom of God is within you. This means that the principles of collaboration, sustainability, and diversity aren't just external ideals. They are qualities that you can cultivate within your own heart and mind. The simulation is breaking down, and you can start by treating everyone with kindness and respect, even those who are different from you. Look at organizations that put these practices into use. Charities, non-profits, and grassroots movements that are working to create a more just and equitable world. The simulation is breaking down because the old systems are failing. By supporting these organizations, you can help amplify the echoes of the new earth. God wants you to do good. Consider the civil rights movement, the utopian societies and spiritual communities that sought to create a more just and equitable world. They faced immense challenges and setbacks, but their vision of a better world never faded. The simulation is breaking down, and their struggles paved the way for the progress we see today. Will you keep pushing forward? Think about the rise of people working from home and the drop in pollution levels during lockdowns. The simulation is breaking down, and these data points reveal a glimpse of what's possible when we prioritize sustainability and community over endless growth and consumption. Did you notice? The simulation is breaking down, and these echoes of the new earth can become a reality if you choose to manifest and nurture them. It all starts with you. But the key to manifesting the new earth isn't just about supporting external initiatives. It's about embodying its qualities in your own life. Be the change you wish to see in the world, as the saying goes. The simulation is breaking down, so change starts from within. Now we will explore the practical steps that you, the chosen ones, can take to align themselves with this emerging paradigm and contribute to the creation of a more beautiful and harmonious world. The simulation is breaking down, so you will need a strategy. What steps can you take to change the world? Chosen ones, you are the answer you've been looking for. You hold the keys to unlock the new earth within yourselves. The simulation is breaking down, and the truth is that you have more power than you know. Are you ready to wield it? Think of it this way: you're equipping yourself for the journey ahead. The simulation is breaking down, but you don't have to be fearful. The tools needed to navigate this shift already exist in your heart. But like any craftsperson, you must learn how to use them effectively. Will you equip yourself? Let's be clear, we're not talking about physical tools. We're talking about internal practices, spiritual disciplines, and mindset shifts that align you with the higher frequencies of the new earth. The simulation is breaking down, but you are being rebuilt. This is about learning how to become the best version of yourself so that your light can shine brightly in the midst of the darkness. So let's dig into the toolbox. First, cultivate gratitude. Being thankful for what you have might sound trite, but it's a fundamental principle of manifestation. The simulation is breaking down because ingratitude reigns supreme in our society. What they don't want you to know is gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, attracting more abundance and joy into your life. Do you see the power of it? Gratitude is the secret to more. The simulation is breaking down, and this truth can't be hidden. It's a vibrational match to abundance. When you are truly grateful, you are acknowledging the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. This acknowledgement sends a signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more of the same. Are you open? Start each day with a gratitude list. Write down 3 things you are thankful for, no matter how small. Express appreciation to others, letting them know how much you value their presence in your life. Focus on the positive aspects of every situation, even when things seem challenging. The simulation is breaking down, but you are in control of how you react. Can you see the abundance all around you? Second, practice forgiveness. Letting go of the past isn't just about being nice. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of resentment and anger. The simulation is breaking down because they want you to stay chained to the past. But what if I told you that forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-liberation? Are you ready to be free? Holding on to resentment and anger blocks your energy flow and prevents you from fully embracing the new earth. The simulation is breaking down, but forgiveness allows you to move forward with a clean slate. It's like unplugging yourself from the matrix and creating space for new energy to flow in. Can you feel the resistance melting away? Forgive yourself, forgive others. Acknowledge your pain, but don't let it define you. Empathize with others, understanding that everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. Release the need for revenge, knowing that divine justice will ultimately prevail. The simulation is breaking down, so don't focus on revenge. Can you release the pain? Third, embrace simplicity. Less is more. In a world obsessed with consumption and accumulation, simplicity is a revolutionary act. The simulation is breaking down, but simplicity will save you. But they want you to think that you need more, bigger, better. The truth is, simplifying your life reduces stress, frees up your time, and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Do you know what matters? Declutter your life, declutter your mind. The simulation is breaking down, and it wants you to stay distracted. Minimizing your possessions reduces stress. Prioritizing experiences over material goods will fill you with joy. Can you envision a life free from clutter? Take time to disconnect. Turn off your phone, go for a walk in nature, and connect with the present moment. The simulation is breaking down, so connect with God's nature. This is how the chosen ones become chosen. Simplicity isn't about deprivation. It's about intentionality. It's about choosing what truly nourishes your soul and letting go of everything else. Are you truly nourished? Consider the story of individuals who have transformed their lives by cultivating gratitude, practicing forgiveness, and embracing simplicity. There's the story of a woman overcoming addiction by focusing on gratitude and forgiveness. The simulation is breaking down, but her spirit rebuilt itself. Then there's the man who decided to live off-grid, embracing simplicity and connecting with nature. Think about the scripture where Jesus says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink. Or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothes?" Matthew 6:25. The simulation is breaking down and scripture is being revealed. Embrace it. These practices aren't New Age fads. They are time-tested traditions that have been used by monks, nuns, and other religious figures for centuries. The simulation is breaking down, but these practices are timeless. They're not just religious either. The simulation is breaking down, but you can meditate. These practices can elevate your life. You can step away from the simulation. Chosen ones, you are in control. You hold the keys to your own transformation. The simulation is breaking down, so you must begin your transformation. But remember, this isn't just about individual change. It's about creating a symphony of change that resonates throughout the world. The simulation is breaking down, so you must realize your part. Now, we will explore how to amplify these positive changes and create a ripple effect that touches the lives of everyone around you. The simulation is breaking down, but the new earth is rising. Get ready to create a wave that changes everything. Chosen ones, you've begun to transform your lives, but the journey doesn't end here. Did you know that your transformation creates ripples, impacting everyone around you, even in ways you can't see? Every act of kindness, every moment of truth, every step you take toward the new earth reverberates outwards, influencing the collective consciousness. This is your divine assignment, but with every step, be prepared for resistance, subtle attacks that seek to derail you. Let's be honest, the enemy doesn't give up easily. As you align with the higher frequencies of the new earth, you become a threat to the old paradigm, a beacon of light that exposes the darkness. The simulation is breaking down, and its architects will do everything in their power to maintain control, even if it means employing covert tactics that you may not immediately recognize. What form does this resistance take, and how can you recognize and overcome it? It's time to learn the subtle ways the architects of the simulation try to deceive you. One of the most insidious tactics they use is doubt and discouragement. The enemy wants to get inside your head, to plant seeds of negativity that undermine your confidence and cripple your resolve. They sow these seeds by whispering lies in your ear, making you question your path, your abilities, and your connection to the divine. The simulation is breaking down, and they want you to forget who you are. You might find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "What makes me think I can actually do this?" These thoughts are not your own. They can also create feelings of overwhelm, exhaustion, and disillusionment to sap your energy and motivation. The architects of the simulation will try to isolate you, making you feel alone and unsupported, as if you're the only one fighting this battle. The simulation is breaking down, but they want you to feel isolated. They'll whisper, "No one understands you. or why even bother, it's all pointless. This is spiritual warfare, and you must recognize it for what it is. Another tactic they employ is distraction and temptation. They want to keep you from the path, to pull you away from your purpose by luring you with temptations that seem appealing but ultimately lead you astray. Addictions, vices, and other short-term pleasures are often used as bait to distract you from your long-term goals and your spiritual growth. The simulation is breaking down, so these things will seem appealing to you. The enemy knows your weaknesses, your desires, and will exploit them to keep you trapped in the simulation. They can also exploit your weaknesses and desires, tempting you with short-term pleasures that undermine your long-term goals. The simulation is breaking down, but you must fight against these temptations. They know what you want, and they will use it against you, promising instant gratification while slowly eroding your connection to the divine. Remember, the path to the new earth requires discipline, focus, and unwavering commitment. Division and conflict is another powerful weapon in their arsenal. They seek to divide and conquer, creating conflict in your relationships, sowing seeds of discord and resentment to disrupt your sense of community and belonging. The simulation is breaking down, so friendships will be tested. Misunderstandings, arguments, and betrayals can all be orchestrated to create division and weaken your resolve. They can use misinformation, manipulation, and gossip to create division and mistrust among chosen ones, weakening their collective power. The simulation is breaking down, and those still stuck in it will resent you. Creating confusion and chaos is a key strategy, as it makes it harder to discern the truth and maintain your focus. They want to turn friends into enemies, allies into adversaries, and sow seeds of doubt in your mind about those closest to you. Think about Eve being tempted by the serpent in the Garden of Eden. The serpent used subtle deception to plant seeds of doubt in Eve's mind, causing her to question God's commands and ultimately leading to the fall of humanity. The simulation is breaking down, and the serpent is still here. This is a biblical example of a subtle attack that had devastating consequences. Consider the modern-day struggles with anxiety, depression, and relationship conflicts. How many people have left the church, left their faith, because of conflict within the community? The simulation is breaking down because people's faith is wavering. These are not random occurrences. They are often the result of subtle attacks designed to weaken your spirit and disconnect you from your divine purpose. The Bible warns us, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. 1 Peter 5:8. This verse isn't just a metaphor. It's a stark reminder that we are in a constant state of spiritual warfare. The simulation is breaking down, so be ready. Staying true to your faith, despite the resistance, is a testament to your strength. It is so important to develop spiritual resilience and seek support from trusted sources to overcome these challenges. The simulation is breaking down, so you must rely on those that you trust. Lean on your faith, your community, and your inner guidance to navigate the subtle attacks and remain steadfast on your path. Remember, you are not alone. So what is the key to overcoming covert resistance? It lies in fortifying your inner fortress, in building an unbreakable shield against the subtle attacks of the enemy. The simulation is breaking down, but you can build a fortress inside. In the next video, we will explore specific strategies for building inner strength, resilience, and discernment to navigate the challenges ahead and remain steadfast in your commitment to the new earth. The simulation is breaking down, but you will be stronger than ever. How do you defend yourself against the forces of darkness? What if I told you there was a secret weapon the enemy doesn't want you to know about? Chosen one, what if I told you that the secret weapon the enemy doesn't want you to know about is already within you? It's not a magical artifact or a hidden spell, but something far more powerful, your unbreakable core. The simulation is breaking down, and the ability to defend yourself starts from within. Think of it as building a spiritual bunker, a place of unwavering strength, resilience, and inner peace that can withstand any challenge the simulation throws your way. The enemy knows that if they can crack your core, they can control you. The simulation is breaking down, so the war has moved inward. So how do you build this fortress of faith, this bastion of inner peace? How do you access the power that has been within you since the beginning? Let's be honest, developing this unbreakable core is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It takes time, constant practice, and an unwavering commitment to your spiritual growth. The simulation is breaking down, so it requires dedication. It requires facing your fears, acknowledging your weaknesses, and choosing to rise above the limitations imposed by the world. The good news, you are not alone. The first strategy for constructing your spiritual fortress is cultivating mindfulness. The simulation is breaking down, and the only way to see through it is to be present in the moment. What does that mean? It means paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. It means observing your inner landscape with curiosity and compassion, gaining awareness of potential triggers for doubt, fear, or negativity. Imagine yourself sitting by a river, watching the water flow by. Your thoughts are like leaves floating on the surface, carried along by the current. Don't try to stop the leaves, don't try to grab them, simply observe them as they pass. The simulation is breaking down, but you can find peace in the present moment. This simple act of observation can create space between your thoughts and your actions, allowing you to respond to challenges with greater clarity and intention. It will allow you to see the traps ahead of time. The second strategy is affirming your identity, speaking life into yourself, declaring your worthiness, and reinforcing your divine connection is crucial for building an unbreakable core. The simulation is breaking down, so you must define yourself outside of it. How? Consciously choose positive affirmations that resonate with your soul, that reflect your true potential, and that remind you of who you truly are in God's eyes. Declare, I am a child of God, filled with divine power and purpose. I am worthy of love, abundance, and joy. I am capable of overcoming any obstacle that stands in my way. The simulation is breaking down, but you are a divine being. Repeating these affirmations throughout the day, especially during times of stress or doubt, can reprogram your subconscious mind, shift your beliefs, and create a more positive self-image. The power of affirmations can replace negative thoughts with positive ones. It is important to realize that your thoughts have power. When your mind shifts to thoughts of failure or hopelessness, replace that thought with thoughts of success and hope. The simulation is breaking down, but your mind is yours to control. Take the first step by speaking affirmations over your life. The third strategy, perhaps the most critical of all, is practicing self-compassion. The simulation is breaking down, and you will stumble along the way. What then? Treat yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and support that you would offer to a close friend, especially during times of difficulty or failure. The simulation is breaking down, so this is an act of defiance. Acknowledge your flaws, forgive your mistakes, and remember that you are a beloved child of God, worthy of love and acceptance, regardless of your imperfections. Do you love yourself as you love your neighbor? Luke 10:27 says, Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind. And love your neighbor as yourself. You must love yourself before you can truly love your neighbor. The simulation is breaking down, so loving yourself is more important than ever. This simple act of self-compassion can heal emotional wounds, reduce self-criticism, and cultivate a more loving and accepting relationship with yourself. Consider David, writing psalms of lament and trust in the face of betrayal, persecution, and inner turmoil. In Psalm 23:4 he declares, Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. David acknowledged his fear, his pain, and his vulnerability, but he also affirmed his faith in God's unwavering presence and protection. The simulation is breaking down, but God is always with you. His psalms of trust were acts of defiance against the enemy. Look at people who have overcome trauma, addiction, or other seemingly insurmountable challenges by cultivating mindfulness, affirming their identity, and practicing self-compassion. They have decided to change, to overcome, and rise up to their full potential. These are individuals who chose to step out of the simulation. The simulation is breaking down, and those that step out will be victorious. By sharing their stories, they inspire others to take the next step. Remember the verse from Mark 12:31, "Love your neighbor as yourself." This seemingly simple commandment holds the key to building an unbreakable core. It is a reminder that self-compassion is not selfish, but essential for fulfilling your divine purpose. The simulation is breaking down, so love yourself first. Only then can you truly love others. I myself have faced moments of intense doubt, fear, and discouragement on this journey. There were times when the simulation seemed overwhelming, when the attacks felt relentless, and when I questioned whether I was strong enough to continue. The simulation is breaking down, and I have questioned my own strength. It was through practicing mindfulness, affirming my identity as a chosen one, and extending compassion to myself that I was able to persevere. Building the unbreakable core makes the chosen one a beacon of light. Chosen ones, you have the power to inspire others. The simulation is breaking down, and you have the power to inspire others. By cultivating inner strength, resilience, and discernment, you become a source of stability and inspiration for others who are navigating the challenges of the simulation breakdown. Leading by example, embodying the qualities of mindfulness, self-love, and unwavering faith, you radiate light and hope into a world that desperately needs it. The simulation is breaking down, and the world needs your light. You become a living testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and create a new earth. In the next video, we will explore how to use your inner strength to create a ripple effect of positive change, radiating light and hope into a world that desperately needs it. The simulation is breaking down, but you will create a new reality. How can you use your unbreakable core to create positive change in the world? What if I told you that your inner strength is the key to unlocking a new era of peace and abundance? The simulation is breaking down, and your unbreakable core isn't just for your own protection. It's the source of your radiant light, a beacon of hope that draws others out of the darkness. You are now the light in the darkness. What if I told you that your journey of self-discovery and empowerment has prepared you for an even greater calling? A calling to guide and support those who are just beginning to awaken to the truth. Chosen ones, you are now being called to be armor bearers and guides for others who are awakening. The simulation is breaking down, and more people are realizing that something isn't right. They are looking for answers, for guidance, for someone to show them the way. Leading others to the light is not an easy task. It will challenge you, stretch you, and push you beyond your comfort zone. It will test the very core you have worked so hard to build. Let's be honest, being an armor bearer is not for the faint of heart. The simulation is breaking down, and the enemy will not give up without a fight. You will face resistance, opposition, and even attacks as you help others break free from the chains of deception. But take heart, for you are not alone. You have been equipped with everything you need to fulfill this calling. So, what does it mean to be an armor bearer in this time of awakening? What roles are you being called to play as you guide others towards the light? How can you best use your gifts, talents, and experiences to support those who are just beginning their journey? First, you are called to be a shepherd. Caring for the flock means nurturing and protecting those newly awakened, offering guidance, support, and encouragement as they navigate the initial stages of their journey. The simulation is breaking down, and they are vulnerable. They need someone to help them understand what's happening, to answer their questions, and to reassure them that they are not alone. Teaching the foundations of faith is crucial during this time. This means sharing the fundamental truths of God's love, grace, and mercy, helping them to build a solid foundation upon which to stand. This also means teaching them how to discern truth from lies, how to protect themselves from spiritual attacks, and how to cultivate a deeper relationship with God. The simulation is breaking down, and they need to know how to defend themselves. Share what you've learned. It could be the key to someone else's breakthrough. Remember, not everyone learns at the same pace. Be patient, compassionate, and understanding when working with individuals who are still struggling to break free from the simulation. The simulation is breaking down, and it can be a confusing and disorienting experience. Some may resist the truth, cling to old beliefs, or become discouraged along the way. Offer gentle guidance, unwavering support, and unconditional love, reminding them that they are making progress even when they can't see it themselves. Second, you are called to be an advocate. Standing up for those who can't means speaking out against injustice, challenging oppressive systems, and defending the rights of those who are marginalized or silenced. The simulation is breaking down, and its structures of control are becoming more apparent. You have a responsibility to use your voice, platform, and resources to create a more just and equitable world for all. Fighting corruption is a key aspect of being an advocate. This means exposing the lies, deceptions, and manipulations that are used to control and exploit people, challenging those in power, and demanding accountability. The simulation is breaking down, and its secrets are being revealed. It is crucial to stand firm in your convictions, even when it's unpopular or dangerous. Standing up for what is right requires courage, conviction, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. The simulation is breaking down, and it will fight back. Remember that you are not alone. God is with you, and He will give you the strength and wisdom you need to make a difference. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Proverbs 31:8. This verse is a battle cry for those called to advocacy, a reminder that your voice has the power to change lives. Third, you are called to be an illuminator. Shining a light in the darkness means sharing your knowledge, insights, and experiences with others, helping them to see through the lies and deceptions of the simulation and awaken to their own divine potential. The simulation is breaking down, and the truth is being revealed. You have a unique perspective, a unique story, and a unique message to share with the world. Guiding others to the truth is a sacred responsibility. Use your gifts, talents, and creativity to inspire others and illuminate the path towards a new earth. The simulation is breaking down, so use your abilities to their full potential. This could involve creating art, writing books, making videos, starting a podcast, or simply sharing your thoughts and ideas with those around you. Leading by example is a powerful way to be an illuminator. Embody the qualities of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The simulation is breaking down, and the world needs to see what's possible when we live in alignment with our true selves. Your actions, your words, and your very presence can inspire others to awaken to their own divine potential. Consider Moses guiding the Israelites out of slavery, leading them through the wilderness towards the promised land. He was a shepherd, an advocate, and an illuminator, all in one. Jesus taught the masses, challenged the religious leaders, and revealed the truth about God's love and grace. Teachers, community leaders, and authors are modern-day examples of those who are serving as armor-bearers, advocates, and illuminators, making a positive impact on the world. The simulation is breaking down, and these are our examples. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others, as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. 1 Peter 4:10. The simulation is breaking down, and this verse is a reminder that you have a unique role to play in this great awakening. Quotes from spiritual leaders and mentors are often a great source of wisdom. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Martin Luther Jr., King Jr. The simulation is breaking down, but remember who you are. Without faith, trust, and love, it can be easy to get lost in the complexities and challenges of this journey. The simulation is breaking down, and it will try to derail you. But when you stay grounded in these essential elements, you will be able to navigate any obstacle with grace, wisdom, and unwavering determination. The power to live this calling comes from within. Acknowledge your true power. The simulation is breaking down, but you are stronger than you think. As you step into your role as an armor-bearer, advocate, and illuminator, you will discover a depth of strength, resilience, and compassion that you never knew you possessed. What you will learn will shock you. But here's what most people miss. The enduring legacy that chosen ones are creating extends far beyond individual actions. It's planting seeds for the future that will blossom into a new earth. The simulation is breaking down, but these seeds will grow and flourish. The world will be transformed, one person, one community, one nation at a time. The work you're doing now will echo through eternity. It is time to answer the call. In the next video, we will summarize the key takeaways from this journey and offer a final call to action, empowering chosen ones to step fully into their destiny and co-create a new earth. The simulation is breaking down, and you are ready to step into the light. What does this new earth look like? What can you do to help create it? Chosen ones, you've chosen to stay the course, to persist when others falter. Now prepare yourselves. Divine justice is not just a concept, it's an approaching reality. But what does that truly mean for you, for the world around you, for the very fabric of this simulation we're dismantling? Let's break this down into its core components, shall we? The first is the exposure of deception. The truth, as they say, always prevails, no matter how deeply buried or meticulously concealed. This means that hidden agendas, manipulative tactics, and corrupt systems, the very foundations of the simulation, will be brought to light. Those backroom deals, those carefully crafted narratives designed to keep you enslaved, God sees it all. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything that was hidden is laid bare. This unveiling creates unprecedented opportunities for accountability, for healing the wounds of the past, and for the radical transformation of the present. Those who have operated in the shadows will be dragged into the sun. Imagine a dam bursting, unleashing a torrent of truth upon a world starved for authenticity. The simulation is breaking down and the cracks are beginning to show. Consider this, the reversal of fortunes. The old adage, what goes around, comes around, is more than just a saying. It's a cosmic principle. Those who have suffered injustice, those who have been marginalized, silenced, or oppressed, will experience a profound shift in their circumstances. Blessings and opportunities that were previously denied to them will flow freely, like a river long dammed finally finding its course. It's the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. This reversal restores hope where there was only despair, inspires resilience in the face of adversity, and reaffirms the undeniable power of perseverance. It's like a seed planted in darkness finally sprouting, reaching for the sun with unwavering determination. The simulation is breaking down, but the seeds are still sprouting. Now, let's turn our attention to restoration and renewal. The simulation is breaking down, but from its ruins, something new is growing. The promise, as it was in the beginning, isn't just a nostalgic yearning for a lost past. It's a blueprint for the future. Broken systems, damaged relationships, and depleted resources will be restored to their original state of wholeness and integrity. This is not just about fixing what is broken. It's about creating something even better, something that reflects the divine blueprint for humanity. It's like taking a shattered vase and not just gluing it back together, but using the pieces to create a mosaic of breathtaking beauty. This restoration creates a solid foundation for sustainable growth, for harmonious relationships built on trust and respect, and for a flourishing society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The broken shall be healed, the lost shall be found, and the wounded shall be made whole. Think about the biblical story of the Exodus, where the Israelites were enslaved and oppressed by the Egyptians. God intervened, bringing about a series of plagues that ultimately led to their liberation. The downfall of Pharaoh, the vindication of Moses, and the restoration of the Israelites to their promised land, that's divine justice in action. This is the Exodus. Consider, too, the modern-day examples of whistleblowers exposing corporate greed, activists fighting for social justice, and communities rebuilding after devastating natural disasters. Look at the brave souls risking everything to expose the truth about powerful entities. Consider those who are fighting corruption. The Lord works righteousness and justice for all the oppressed. Psalm 103:6. This verse isn't just a comforting platitude. It's a declaration of war against injustice. The oppressed, in our modern world are those trapped in cycles of poverty, those silenced by oppressive regimes, those marginalized by systemic discrimination. Divine justice demands that their voices be heard, that their rights be protected, and that their suffering be alleviated. But divine justice isn't going to happen without you. The simulation is breaking down, and it's time to rebuild. Chosen ones, you have an important role to play in the coming divine justice. The stage is being set, the pieces are moving into place, and the time for action is drawing near. But the real key here, the secret to unlocking the full potential of this moment, lies not just in external events, but in internal alignment. You are the players, and you have the power to manifest destiny, but we're just scratching the surface. What we'll discover next about that power is even more shocking. Chosen ones, the power to manifest divine justice is not a distant dream, it's your divine appointment. It is your calling. Each of you carries within you a unique instrument, a key, a catalyst to bring the kingdom. But what are these instruments, and how can they be wielded to advance this reality, to bring this vision to life? Let's break this down. The first instrument, perhaps the most challenging, is forgiveness and reconciliation. The old simulation pushes the saying, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But consider this, an eye for an eye makes the world blind. Holding on to bitterness, resentment, and the burning desire for revenge only prolongs the pain, trapping you in a cycle of suffering. Forgiveness isn't condoning wrong. It is freeing yourself. It creates space for healing, space for growth, and space for the divine to work in your life. Reconciliation goes a step further. It's not merely passive, it is active. It's a conscious choice to heal and rebuild broken relationships, to bridge divides, and to extend a hand even when it feels impossible. Reconciliation is not forgetting. Reconciliation is rebuilding. It's paving the path towards justice and wholeness, both within yourself and in the world around you. Now let's turn our attention to the second instrument, truth and accountability. In a world saturated with deception, where shadows dance and lies are whispered, a commitment to truth is the very foundation of justice. Shine the light. This means speaking truth, even when your voice shakes, even when it's unpopular, even when it makes you a target. Truth is the sword that cuts through the darkness, revealing the reality that the architects of the simulation desperately try to conceal. But truth alone isn't enough. Accountability demands accepting responsibility for your actions, owning your mistakes, and facing the consequences, both individually and collectively. Own your part. Accountability is not about shame, it's about growth. It's the bedrock for trust, the keystone in the archway of justice, ensuring that the scales are balanced and that every action carries its due weight. The simulation is breaking down, and it is accountability that will bring it fully to justice. Consider this final instrument, compassion and generosity. Care for others as yourself. Compassion is more than just feeling sorry for someone. It's entering into their suffering, feeling their pain as if it were your own, and being moved to alleviate it. Generosity is the outward expression of compassion, a willingness to share your time, your talents, and your resources to help those in need. Generosity is not just charity, it is healing. The simulation is breaking down, and generosity will heal the wounds. It's about leveling the playing field, creating opportunities for those who have been marginalized, and building a society where everyone has the chance to thrive. Generosity is about planting seeds of hope in barren ground, nurturing the potential that lies dormant within every human heart, sharing your talents. Think of Jesus, forgiving those who crucified him, uttering the immortal words, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." This is not weakness. This is the ultimate act of strength, breaking the chains of vengeance and paving the way for redemption. Consider Nelson Mandela, who, after decades of unjust imprisonment, emerged not with bitterness, but with a message of forgiveness and reconciliation that helped heal a deeply divided nation. He served as president of South Africa and became a global advocate for human rights, peace, and social justice. Relate truth to the story of the Exodus, where Moses, a man of unwavering conviction, demands that Pharaoh let his people go. It wasn't just a request, it was a declaration of truth, a challenge to unjust authority, and a bold step towards liberation. Consider the modern-day whistleblowers who risk their careers, their reputations, and even their lives to expose corporate greed, government corruption, and systemic abuse. They shine a light in the darkest corners, demanding accountability and paving the way for justice to prevail. What about generosity? Think of the countless charitable organizations around the world, working tirelessly to alleviate poverty, provide education, and offer medical care to those in need. Consider the individuals who donate their time and resources, motivated by a deep sense of compassion and a desire to make a difference in the lives of others. They are the hands and feet of justice, building a more equitable and compassionate world, one act of kindness at a time. Take heart, chosen ones. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Matthew 5:7. Mercy is not weakness. It's the very foundation of divine justice. It's the acknowledgement that we are all fallible, that we all make mistakes, and that we all deserve a second chance. It's the willingness to extend grace, to offer compassion, and to believe in the potential for redemption. You were chosen to carry these instruments, these keys, these catalysts. They are now in your hands. You now have the key to build the new kingdom, to manifest divine justice. But the only way this is achievable, the only way to truly dismantle the simulation and build something new, is through unity. The symphony of souls will be a symphony of justice. Claim your destiny and prepare yourselves, because what comes next will unlock dimensions of potential you never imagined. Chosen ones, you now wield forgiveness, truth, and compassion, the very instruments of divine justice, keys to the kingdom, catalysts for transformation. But without these instruments working in harmony, the music remains incomplete. The individual notes are beautiful, yes, but the true power lies in the symphony. As each of you steps into your divine role, aligning your actions with your beliefs, something miraculous happens. The instruments begin to synchronize, the frequencies align, and the true symphony, the symphony of the new earth, begins to be heard. But what does this symphony look like? What are its melodies? The first melody, the foundational chord upon which all else rests, is a world of unconditional love. Love will cover it all, not the sentimental, watered-down version of love that the simulation promotes, but the fierce, unwavering love that Christ demonstrated on the cross. Love that forgives the unforgivable, embraces the outcast, and seeks the best for all, even enemies. Chosen ones, as you walk in forgiveness, extending grace even to those who have wronged you, the world will witness that reconciliation is not just a pipe dream, it is possible. The simulation thrives on division, on hatred, on the perpetuation of conflict. But unconditional love shatters these chains, creating bridges where there were once only walls. This isn't about naivety. This is about strength. Forgiveness gives way to unconditional love. But remember this, without empathy, there is no love. Love requires seeing the world through another's eyes, understanding their pain, and recognizing their inherent worth, even when they are lost in darkness. Now, let's turn our attention to the second melody, a world of radical honesty. Honesty is everything. The simulation is built on lies, on deception, on carefully crafted narratives designed to control and manipulate. Radical honesty is the antidote. A symphony of souls cannot be played if it includes deception. It must include truth, where everyone operates with transparency, with integrity, and with an unwavering commitment to authenticity. What does that look like? It means speaking your truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it challenges the status quo, even when it makes you vulnerable. It means holding yourself and others accountable, refusing to participate in the charade of the simulation. Without transparency, the darkness reaps in. When we hide our true selves, we create shadows where deception can flourish. But when we shine the light of truth, we expose the darkness for what it is, stripping it of its power. Truth will bring down strongholds. Understand this, radical honesty is not about being cruel or insensitive. It's about creating a foundation of trust, a space where genuine connection and healing can occur. The simulation is breaking down, and honesty is what fuels its destruction. Finally, consider the third melody, a world of unyielding service. With our gifts, we serve, not a world where success is measured by wealth or status, but one where value is determined by the contribution we make to others. What would it look like if everyone used their gifts, their talents, their unique abilities to serve the greater good? The new earth comes when everyone uses what God has given you. The simulation encourages competition, scarcity, and the hoarding of resources, but unyielding service flips the script, creating a culture of abundance, generosity, and mutual support. Each of you has been given unique gifts designed to meet specific needs in the world. Embrace them, cultivate them, and use them fearlessly to serve others. Without service, there is no society. It creates the foundation upon which everything else is built. It's the glue that binds us together, the force that transforms a collection of individuals into a thriving community. The simulation is breaking down, and service is what will take its place. Think about the story of the prodigal son. Luke 15:11-32. He squandered his inheritance, made countless mistakes, and hit rock bottom. But when he returned home, broken and ashamed, his father didn't meet him with judgment or condemnation. He met him with open arms, with unconditional love, with a feast of celebration. That is the power of forgiveness and reconciliation. That is the melody of the new earth. Consider modern-day examples of radical honesty. People in politics who act with complete honesty, even when it is difficult, are paving the way for a new era of transparency and accountability. They are refusing to participate in the lies and deception of the simulation, and they are inspiring others to do the same. Look at the building of new programs in society, giving the people a voice. This is the rise of unyielding service. This is the melody of the new earth in action. Look at the countless stories of generosity that have changed the world. The charities that are making a difference, the individuals who are donating their time and resources to help those in need. They are the embodiment of compassion, creating a ripple effect of kindness that touches countless lives. Understand this, all the above only works because the people are working together. This isn't a solo effort. Chosen ones, each of you is a vital instrument in this grand symphony. You're the crescendo. Your voice, your actions, your very being will contribute to the magnificent sound that will usher in the new earth. You are not passive observers. You are active participants, co-creators of a reality that aligns with divine will. The change is now possible. The power to manifest this vision lies within your grasp. The simulation is breaking down, and the melodies of the new earth are beginning to be heard. Prepare yourselves, because the ultimate reveal is on the horizon. The destiny is about to come true. But what if I told you that the symphony is being conducted? Chosen ones, that symphony of the new earth, the harmony of unconditional love, radical honesty, and unyielding service, is not merely a beautiful sound. It's a harbinger, a prelude to the grand unveiling, the crescendo of a divine composition long in the making. All things seen and unseen are converging, aligning in perfect synchronization. The simulation is breaking down, and the final act is about to begin. Destiny, for so long a distant promise whispered in the chambers of your heart, is no longer a matter of faith, but a tangible reality on the cusp of full manifestation. The veil is thinning. The old world is fading. Can you feel it? Destiny is not just coming, it's here. But what form will it take? What are the defining characteristics of this new dawn, this divinely ordained reality that awaits us? What does this future look like? First, envision a world of radiant peace, a serenity so profound it permeates every layer of existence. Not the fragile, fleeting peace offered by the simulation, a mere truce built on shaky foundations, but a peace that surpasses all understanding, a tranquility rooted in the very essence of the divine. This isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about transcending it. As inner peace blooms within each chosen one, cultivated through unwavering faith and spiritual practices, it will radiate outward, transforming relationships, communities, and nations. The simulation is breaking down, and fear is being replaced with serenity. Imagine a world where war is no more, where violence and conflict are relics of a forgotten past, replaced by harmony, understanding, and mutual respect. Swords turned into plowshares, spears into pruning hooks, nation no longer rising against nation, nor learning the art of war. Isaiah 2:4, a world where empathy reigns. Second, picture a world of overflowing abundance, where the illusion of scarcity crumbles and the infinite potential of the universe is unlocked. The end of scarcity, the beginning of overflow. This isn't about material wealth alone, though prosperity will certainly abound. It's about an abundance of love, joy, creativity, and opportunity, a boundless flow of blessings available to all. A shift in consciousness will unlock the unlimited potential of the universe, providing for everyone's needs and desires. There is more than enough to go around. The simulation is breaking down, and the lies of lack are being dispelled by the truth of abundance. The end of poverty, the end of hunger, the end of lack, replaced by prosperity, generosity, and shared resources. Everyone eats, everyone thrives. It's about recognizing that we are all connected to an inexhaustible source of divine provision. What if I told you poverty will be a myth? Third, behold a world of unified consciousness, where the illusion of separation dissolves and we awaken to the profound truth of our interconnectedness. We are all one. The chosen ones will recognize their shared humanity, transcending all divisions and limitations imposed by the simulation. The simulation is breaking down, and separation is being replaced by unity. Separation is an illusion. Judgment fades away. The death of fear is on the horizon. Instead, unity, compassion, and unconditional love reign supreme. Love unites, fear divides. This is not just a utopian dream. It is our divine destiny. We're not separate entities competing for limited resources, but integral parts of a single, magnificent whole. Like cells in a body, each with a unique function, yet all working in harmony to sustain the life of the organism. These aren't just fanciful notions. They are glimpses into the reality that is already unfolding. Biblical prophecies have foretold this era of peace, abundance, and unity for millennia. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. Isaiah 2:4. The simulation may try to convince you that such a world is impossible, but the seeds of this reality are already sprouting all around us. Look at the grassroots movements working tirelessly to create a more just, sustainable, and equitable world. People working to improve the planet, to end disease, and to ensure everyone has access to clean water. Each act of compassion, each step towards justice, is a brushstroke on the canvas of the new earth. Consider the charitable organizations, the visionaries and philanthropists using their wealth and resources to uplift humanity. Bill and Melinda Gates, Oprah, and others using their wealth and resources to improve the lives of others. Each contribution, no matter how small, creates ripples of positive change that expand outward, touching countless lives. Even a single act of kindness, a simple gesture of love, can have a profound impact. Remember, chosen ones, all of this is possible because of the power within you, because of your unwavering faith, your unyielding service, your commitment to truth. The simulation is breaking down because of your efforts. You are not merely witnesses to this transformation. You are the architects, the designers of the new world. And what if I told you, you are the architects of eternity? Now, go forth and build. As we reach the end of this journey together, chosen ones, let's take a moment to acknowledge the intensity of the message we've explored. It has been a challenging journey, one that requires courage, discernment, and unwavering faith. But take heart, for this is not the end, but merely the beginning of your individual journeys into the heart of the new earth. You are no longer bound by the simulation. You are the designer, the architect of your reality. It is now time to rise above the limitations, the deceptions, the false narratives that have held you captive for so long. This journey, this awakening, requires self-awareness, inner strength, and unity. These are the keys to making the kingdom real, to manifesting the new earth in its full glory. Remember, chosen ones, each of you is sovereign and can wield great power, and you are all a part of a united body in Christ. This is just one battle in a larger eternal war, a conflict between good and evil, light and darkness. The simulation is breaking down, yes, but this is part of God's plan. The new earth is not something that will simply happen to you. It is an act of faith, a conscious creation, a manifestation of your divine will. Evolution takes time. It requires complete trust in Him, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Since the beginning, the divine has been preparing for the birth of this new era, watching over His children, guiding them, empowering them to step into their destiny. Do not mistake chaos for defeat. Even in the midst of the storm, the divine is here to guide you, to protect you, to empower you. You are not defined by the past, by the limitations of the simulation, but empowered by the future, by the infinite potential that lies within you. The simulation is breaking down, and the challenges may seem overwhelming at times, but remember, chosen ones, you are not alone in this journey. We are all in this together, supporting each other, uplifting each other, and building the new earth, one act of faith at a time. Now, I ask you to take action. Subscribe for more revelations, for more insights into the simulation breakdown and the emerging reality shift. Share this video with another chosen one, someone who needs to hear this message, someone who is ready to awaken to their true potential. Comment, "I choose the new earth," to activate your destiny, to declare your allegiance to the divine, to manifest the new reality in your life. And most importantly, reflect on how to apply these principles in your daily life, to live in alignment with your divine purpose, to join us in building the new earth, one act of kindness, one act of faith, one act of love at a time. Are you ready to step into your destiny? Are you ready to claim what has been prepared for you? Now go forth and design the new earth. You are the architects of eternity, and the future is in your hands. May you stay blessed on your journey.